The biggest mistakes new videographers make have nothing to do with bad lighting or shaky footage. Be honest, you're not losing clients because your camera sucks, but you are losing them because of 4 specific mistakes that almost no one talks about. These are the mistakes that are actually holding you back. In this video, I'm going to break down the 4 biggest mistakes I see almost every new videographer makes. And we're skipping the obvious stuff. I'm going to break down why your story feels empty, why your audio is killing your credibility, and why your business isn't growing. And the best part is, once you understand why each one is a problem, you can fix them immediately. By the way, if you don't know me, I'm a creator. This is all I do all day long, and I'm here to give you the sauce. All right, let's get into the first mistake. Mistake number 1 is what I call shooting wallpaper. This is gonna sound simple, but it's so powerful when you get this right. The single biggest mistake I see is that new videographers forget what we actually do. We're not just people who film pretty things. A string of beautiful cinematic shots with the music is not great video. It's just wallpaper. It looks nice, but it feels empty. And the reason this is happening is that so many new videographers get obsessed with gear. They're what I call depth of field Dave, more interested in their f1.4 lens than in the actual story. But here's the thing, a boring story doesn't get better with a blurry background. It just looks shallow. A great story, on the other hand, can make average footage feel absolutely magical. So what is a story? It's not about capturing an event, it's about capturing a transformation. It's not what happened, it's what changed. Without the tension or conflict, there is nothing pulling the viewer forward. It's a flat line, and a flat line means no pulse. The tragic. So here's the tactic and how you can apply this today. Before you even pick up the camera, you need to find the core message. Ask yourself, what's the transformation here? What journey am I taking the viewer on? Every single shot you get needs to serve a journey. Don't just shoot what's pretty, shoot what's meaningful. Instead of just a wide shot of someone making coffee, get the coverage, the close-up of all the steam, the details of the spoon, the look in their face after the first sip. That's what tells the story. A shaky handle shot that feels real is worth so much more than a perfect gimbal move that says nothing. When you do that, you're not just shooting wallpaper, you're telling a real story. Mistake number 2, ignoring the audio seatbelt. And this one is sneaky because it works on the viewer without them even realizing it. Here's the hard truth. An audience will watch a video shot on a phone and they will click away instantly if the audio is bad. Bad audio doesn't just distract, it completely tanks your credibility. Viewers subconsciously equate bad audio with a lack of professionalism. I call it the seatbelt of a video. If it's bad, the viewer feels unsafe and they want to just leave. The reason this mistake is so common is because beginners rely on their built-in camera mic. This is a cardinal sin. Those mics pick up everything, and the result is hollow, distant audio that just screams amateur. But even people with external mics make mistakes, like putting a lav mic where it rustles or not wearing headphones. Recording without headphones is like shooting with your eyes closed. You won't know what's the problem until it's way too late. The tactic. So here's the tactic for you. First, always use an external microphone. Get it off your camera and as close to your subject as possible. Second, monitor your audio. Every single take, wear headphones. Listen for wind, static, rustling, and anything and everything. Third, always have a backup. A cheap lav mic plugged into a phone in someone's pocket has saved me so many times than I can count. And finally, before you roll, record 30 seconds of the room tone, just the natural sound of the space. This will be a lifesaver in your edit for smoothing everything out. When you do this, you're not just changing what you're doing, you're closing down those exit doors so their attention can't leave. All right, now before I keep going, I just want to mention, if you're a creator or a business owner and you're finding this type of stuff helpful, I'm building a community of people who are serious about leveling up their craft. Join our journey and hit that subscribe button. I'd love for you to be a part of it. We're building an amazing community, and let me know in the comments which one of these mistakes you've made before. We've all been there. All right, mistake number 3 is what I call the pricing panic. And honestly, this might be the most important one on the list because this is what keeps Talented people broke. You don't have a pricing strategy, you have a pricing panic. You either copy what someone else is charging or you just pull a number out of thin air that feels right. Both are recipes for disaster. I wouldn't recommend it. The reason this is so dangerous is that when you price too low, you don't just devalue your work, you attract absolute worst clients. The one with no budget and all the demands. You end up overworked, underpaid, and stuck in a burnout cycle you can't escape. Now, you're probably thinking, but I don't even know where to start. You see, that right there, that's the problem. Most of the videographers don't know how to calculate their actual cost, the tactic. So here's the tactic, how you can apply this. Stop guessing and start calculating your base rate. This is the absolute minimum you need to charge to actually run a business. Here's how you do it. Add up all your annual business costs, gear, software, insurance, all of it. Then figure out your target salary, what you need to live. Add those two numbers together. Now figure out how many days you can realistically bill in a year. Divide your total financial need by your billable days. That number is your minimum day rate. Once you have that number, create packages, 3 tiers, basic, standard, premium. This shifts the whole conversation from how much do you cost to which option works for me. It puts you in control. The fourth mistake is being stuck on the reinvention wheel. This is where every single project feels like you're starting from absolute scratch. The client emails you, you scramble, the shoot day is chaos, the edit is a mess of files. This just isn't stressful, it's completely unscalable. Think about it. A workflow without a system is like cooking without a recipe. Sure, you might make one good meal, but you can't do it efficiently over and over. Without a repeatable process, you can't grow. You can't delegate and you can't raise your prices because your client experience is a total gamble. Now here's the detail most people miss. This chaos also means you don't have a curated portfolio. This is your most important sales tool. And if it's just a random collection of everything you've ever shot, it's failing you. So here's the major tactic for you. Document everything. Create a simple step-by-step checklist for each phase of the project. I call these SOPs or standard operating procedures. 1. Onboarding. Have an email template for new leads. 2. Pre-production. Use a template for shot lists and briefs. 3. Production. A checklist for your gear bag. 4. Post-production. A consistent folder structure. 5. Delivery. A standard process for sending the final files and asking for a testimonial. These SOPs free up your brain to focus on being more creative and for your portfolio to be ruthless. Only show the absolute best work that you want to get hired for again. Make it impossible to ignore. All right, that's all I've got for you for this video. We covered a ton of ground, so let me quickly recap what we went through. 4 mistakes that are truly holding you back. Getting stuck, shooting wallpaper instead of telling a story, ignoring the audio seatbelt and killing your credibility, getting trapped in the pricing panic instead of building a business, and spinning in the reinvention wheel with no systems for growth. Now here's the thing. Every single one of these is flexible. You don't need to go buy a new camera. You just need to shift your mindset. Start thinking like a storyteller, an audio engineer, a business owner, and a project manager. If you can do that, you won't just improve your videos, you'll build a career that's actually fulfilling and profitable. I'm trying my absolute best to give you the sauce that most people aren't talking about. That's why you should check out this next video and it will definitely boost your business.